Okay. So, run it by me again. You're thinking of having a podcast, right? But maybe you don't know how to start a podcast, or maybe you don't know what platform to be on. I know. There's a lot. But maybe you also don't know what kind of budget you'll need, right? Okay. Well, how about this? 216 Creator Studios. Ring a bell? Okay, well, here. There you can buy a pre-built show. Or, better yet, you can build your own show. Have all the creativity in the world. And the best part about that, it can be all done within your budget. So, no worries. How about this? Start here. Just go to 216creatorstudios.com. And I guarantee you, they will help you find your voice.
Run to us.
Welcome in. We are
Two bald guys and a microphone.
Of course, a big shout out to our good friends over at Tom's Productions. See if I can do this. Bam!
Yeah.
Tom's Productions. You think it, he'll ink it on all your printing and decorated apparel needs. There is nothing better than putting on a shirt with your own logo on it.
He's covering up,
right? It's really close to my heart, and
So close, you're gonna keep that hand right up.
And as you're walking around the Jewel or whatever you may be walking around, and people go, hey.
So, Jewel, if you would like to send us,
That's a good idea. See
I said
Tom's
that,
Productions come out, or you can walk around, advertise your business as you're walking around. People don't even realize,
Don't even,
they see you walking. It's the best way to do it.
on
What
a
is
pen,
it? Word of mouth is still the best.
on a pen, on a keep a
Koozie.
drink holder type of a
Hats,
thing.
shirts.
Yeah, a tumbler, perhaps. Good stuff as always. How's the week, guys? Good couple of weeks.
Yeah, going on winter break, so that always feels good.
That's it. A little R&R.
Yeah. Finals week, and
That's it.
no fights this week. It was a good week.
No fights.
Yeah, that is.
How do you contain a good fight or a good week? No fights.
No fights.
Okay.
That is a good week. Absolutely.
Yeah. You deal with a lot of kids that like to fight.
A few.
Yeah. I'll make it tough, huh?
So that's just some people's way of dealing with things.
Hey,
Hey, good
I can't
day.
talk it out. Yeah, I don't want to talk it out. I'm
Yeah.
gonna love you.
Yeah.
I've known a few of those in my life.
Yeah. How about you? Good week? Yeah, good week.
Interesting week.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess good overall. As you know, I had a couple mishaps this week, but able to take care of them, get them squared away, which is good. And
The joy of
the
homeownership.
joy of homeowners.
That's it.
Hey, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, good. Things are definitely moving my way. Everyone's still healthy and happy right now, so I'm not going to complain one bit.
I love it.
I'm coming into the Christmas season though.
I love
But
I'd like to say nobody's listening anyway, but we got a lot of people out there listening. So
Yeah.
that's
it.
right.
tons. Yeah, it's
A
important. It's
ton.
important. It's a good time of year. For me, it's always weird though. It's like it's already so weird. What is it? Wednesday is Christmas already. It seems like we were just out
Oh,
on
yeah.
the Chain Lakes last week.
And this is being aired on the third week of January. So you're down in Cancun or wherever you are right now.
Yes, I will be. Holy shit! I forgot this was a January issue. We can scratch that.
Hey, no,
Hey,
that's good. That's
We make
okay.
sure you guys have content even when we're not in the studio.
That's right.
That's what's
That's right.
important. That's what's
That's-
important.
Yeah,
So,
the good stuff.
yeah.
That's a good week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good week. We picked up a couple new clients, had a grand opening mixer with the Chain Lakes Chamber this week. And it's just fun.
Yeah.
Being around the kids, the grandkids this time of year, to see that just joy in their eyes. Our 15-month-old great grandson, God, that's hard to say,
Great. Yeah.
was over today. And anytime music starts playing, that boy stops and just starts dancing.
That's good. That's
And,
good.
He's a single hand.
He's a single hand.
Not touched
And
Not the fish is this big.
but
Who was it that danced this way? Hey, I got it in me.
But if he sees a
enjoy it.
phone, and my granddaughter has told everybody in the family, hide the phones. I want no screens in front of this boy's face. But if he sees them, he's 15 months old. He's walking over, looking at the Christmas tree. You saw the corner of his eye on a phone that's sitting there. I forget whose it was, but he's walking. Then he just turns and makes a lunge for the phone. And it was my grandson-in-law, and he's watching the whole time. He just grabs it. But it was just funny watching how he just played the audience the whole day. So, yeah, just being around the kids is great.
Always good.
How about you, Jonesy?
Hey, just it's a good week. I don't know if I've ever had a bad week. But a big shout out to our good friends over at Cars, Chris and the team over there at CARSS, carsauto.com. If you need your car looked at, oil change, tire pressure change, you need some TLC for your automobile, give Cars a call. They will absolutely come over to your place of business, your home. They'll pick up the car. They'll take it back, they'll work on it, and they'll deliver it back to wherever you are, whether it's
at no charge.
At no charge.
That's
part of it.
Think about that.
For the delivery part.
For the delivery, right? Yeah, they're going to pay. But think about that one for a second. Think about that one. That is amazing. How many people really offer that? Right? I mean, and think about how much time you go there when you get tires. Okay, you're there 3 hours.
Yeah,
this is
right because you got to wait in line. You're sitting there. So they take your car. You go as long as you're okay with someone else driving your vehicle. That's the biggest thing. But they've got insurance for it. So that's amazing, guys. Take advantage of that service. I mean, you're not going to find that very much.
What I find interesting, you mentioned tire pressure. Do they let the air out and put new air in?
Yeah.
Oh, this is your winter air.
Your winter air.
Well, they put nitrogen in.
That's right. Yeah, you need them.
Nitrogen just doesn't expand or contract whatever in your regular air.
Check them out at Cars, CARSSauto.com. You know what? Good. Here we are, 2026. It's already a bussin'. Is that a good way to say? Is that what the kids say now? Is that old though? Bussin'. It's a
never heard it.
It's pretty sus.
Bussin'. I think Kent just came up with some new jargon. And they're bussin'. We're moving right along.
I'm still stuck on my bad. So
right.
What'd you do?
That'll never die.
When my bad first came out and I was coaching, I would. What are you talking about? My bad. We stay positive around here. My bad, coach. No, not my. Don't say that.
You're right, Jimmy.
You're right.
Right now, I think there's, and you probably know the percentage as we're in that third week of January, of how many people set a resolution and have already faltered from it or gotten away from it.
Way too many.
Right. And it's probably 70% or higher, I would guess. Right. And we've had many shows here at Two Ball Guys about how to set goals, how to, do that, do this. But what is it about a New Year's resolution or setting something up for the new year that you just, that people are just like done,
Well, I go back to the value statement in sales. It says, until the value is understood, any expense or inconvenience is too much. Once the value is understood, no expense or inconvenience will stop them. Well, take that out of sales and put it into your life. When you understand the value of consistently working out, of eating right, of doing the right things, then you do them. I had this talk with one of the people in my life who's very close but doesn't adhere to a lot of my coaching things because she's been married.
That's why.
Well, the good news is she'll never watch this show, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, I don't know. We might be sending her a little MP3.
Hey, April.
Merry Christmas. Ooh, what's this?
But, we talked about that. The gratitude journaling is so powerful. Just taking the time to write the 3 gratitudes down in the morning and focus on the things that you're positive in your life. And she struggles with that. And I said, well, wait a minute. You take your medicine every day. This is better. But the doctor didn't tell me to. Well, Dr. Tim, I was hoping to get to play doctor after that, but
that's a personal problem. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
But it is. It does come down to the value and understanding the value because it's work.
Yeah.
Right. You make that resolution and you get to the gym and you look around and say, these people are sweating.
Yeah, anything worth having or getting is work.
Well,
right?
yeah,
You have to be willing to
Yeah.
sacrifice to get anything. Doesn't matter what it
Ain't
is.
nothing left.
but
Right.
going back to Ken's question, why do they stop? I mean, they probably have had a little bit of success. Why do they not go? Is it, I mean, life gets in the way. Oh, I had a phone call today. I wasn't able to go. And then that first day you don't go bleeds into the second day, bleeds into the third
Mhm.
day. And next thing you know, oh, crap. Blew that. I guess I'll start again next January 1st. And
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that for me, it's just, why is it January 1st? I know it's a new year. It's a new calendar year, right? That starts every day is a new day. The fact that you wake up every day is a present. That's why they call it the present, right? And every day it is a battle and a struggle to do whatever you chose to do.
Yeah.
And we all falter because we're human. The reasonings behind it, there's a plethora, right? I mean, it could have been something in your life that day. It could have been something somebody said. It could be just how you're feeling.
Mhm.
You know, the thing is being able to catch yourself and start over, being able to restart. So many people, in my opinion, I feel like once they hit that first failure, I'm done. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
They have no stick to
Stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness, exactly.
There you go.
And that's the thing. Like we lose all the time. We falter all the time. It's getting back up that's important, and dusting yourself off and trying again, right? To continue moving forward. Because if you're not moving forward, where are you going? Right? Not necessarily back, but you're in the same spot. And what good is that?
Yeah.
Right? And why you're doing it. You know, so for me, there's so many different reasons, but the reality, I think, in the big end is that weakness, right? Not being able to push yourself. If you're weak and you just give up, it's a lot easier to give up doing something than it is to push, right? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next. I've been there. I still do it from time to time. I mean, we're all human. We do that, but it's what's most important. I call it the WMI. What's most important? And if that's part getting healthy, like eating better, that's what's most important. Well, then you have to kick yourself in the ass every day. And every time you walk by that Coca-Cola or that jelly donut or whatever, understanding that that's out in front of you at all times.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good donut.
Where's the jelly donut?
I'll tell you that right now. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right? There ain't nothing wrong with it, but if
I
you
don't
eat them
like
all,
the jelly ones.
Demond, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I like everything you guys are saying. And one of the things that I think about with this whole thing is, what type of person do you want to be? And I don't know if a lot of people, when they're making these goals, if they're thinking about that, it's the results that we're looking for, which obviously we do things for results, but what is the type of person that you want to be? Who are you as a person? And I think when we can focus on that and say, I'm the type of person that does X, Y, Z, it would help in being able to achieve those goals and do the necessary steps on a daily basis. It's something I used, with my morning walks. Every year I would go, be all excited, when the weather's great, go out walking and everything's fine. And then when it starts getting cold, like, well, maybe today
too hard for you.
And then there came a point in time where I was like, okay, I'm the type of person that goes for a walk every day. So it wasn't about whether it was cold outside or whether it was raining. I bought a rain suit, like all of that, because I'm the type of person that goes for walks in the morning. So I think being able to look at what type of person you are, who are you as a person? Are you the type of person that does the work to get the results? I think that's one thing that can help when we're talking about sticking to our goals.
My question is, at what point in life, at what point in your adulthood, did you think achieving a goal would be easy? And here's what I mean. When you were a kid, you had a goal to make the football team or the basketball team or the baseball team or whatever, and you busted your ass.
Attention.
Right? Right? Or you had a goal of, whatever it might be.
Not to get attention.
Right. Jumping over, 6 cars or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Evil Knievel. You worked hard, right? You had to go. We're all dudes. You had to go how to wheelie your bicycle. How many times did you flip it? How many times? You know what I mean? Until you could ride a block with that front tire up in the air.
Right.
You didn't say it was a goal, but that you had set yourself a goal, and we worked hard as kids for things that we wanted endlessly, right? I mean, you're out there. How many? And listen, young folks that are listening, we had like steel cheese graters for bicycle pedals.
Oh yeah, the rat traps. It's called rat traps. They literally were
and I would say to your shit,
metal triangles, little 3/4 inch or 3/8" metal triangles.
But think of how many times you flipped that bike over and you ended up skinned up, road rashed, and you didn't care. You got back up until you got it, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in our adult life, we were like, well, I'm going to get this goal. And it didn't happen. And you go, well, fuck that. No more.
So let me back your question up with another question. So when you say that, so do you think like today, things are much more in people's faces, right? Like people pay way more attention to what Kent Jones is doing today than they probably did back then. And to the flip side, maybe not you, but a lot of people, the majority of people, I'm going to say, in my opinion, pay attention to what those other people are thinking about what they're doing or what they are doing, right? And make a comment. So that makes it even harder because now you're on stage in your mind trying to act the way that someone else thinks you should act or the way you should be. As a kid doing that, we didn't care. It's like to myself, I'm going to make a wheelie. I'm going to jump 6 cars. I'm going to do whatever. I don't care what Bobby thinks. I don't care what his mom thinks, because I'm not on my phone. I'm not on TV, right? You were living life. Right? You were doing what you wanted to do because there was no outside distraction or what I like to call the noise. There is so much noise in this world right now. It's very hard to pay attention and be independent.
Right. But at what point in your adulthood did you start paying attention to that noise or go, well, I'm not working on it. This should just come easy to me.
What noise?
Yeah.
Turn your hearing aid up, sir. But you know what I mean with that? Like,
Oh, yeah.
It is, I go back to my buddy Bruce and I, we're at each other's house all the time. And one day we're at my house and I was inspiring him because I'd taken a couple of 2x4s, or not 2x4s, railroad ties, and then put a 2x12 up on top of it and built a little ramp. And we're jumping, we're popping that wheel and jumping.
That's when they had steel wheels.
Oh, right? They did have steel wheels.
They didn't have those plastic wheels yet.
That one big tire bike.
Bends it in half. Unicycle.
Pop a wheelie, that little tiny wheel.
I wheel. That's it. I wheel.
It was like that bulldog wheelie. You're going from So I'm like, Bruce, you're doing a great job. I'm going to lay down behind the railroad ties and you can jump over me. Well, the second I laid down behind the railroad ties, he lost his focus and he missed the ramp. He hit the railroad ties, knocked him over on top of me. He went head over handlebars. And we looked at it and said, want to try that again?
Right.
Sure. Right. And you guys went for it.
Got up and did it again, right? But now we, it goes back to the arrows, right? When I'm doing brain training and people get so frustrated when they make a mistake. Why did I say red when that was a blue arrow? Well, it's just a brain thing, but we're working through that. I had the state's attorney's office. I trained 21 lawyers up the McHenry County State's Attorney. And when they'd make a mistake, you'd think it was the end of the world. I'm a lawyer. How can I look at a red arrow and say blue? It's just not possible. Well, you got a brain. Your brain's going to screw up from time to time. Yeah. You got to give yourself the grace to move through it.
With that being said, I think that plays into, right, you're in there watching them. So it's not necessarily they're so bad or mad with themselves. It's what you're thinking. They're a lawyer. Is he thinking he's a lawyer? Why is he so dumb? You know what I mean? In the back of your head, you're trying to perform. You're on. I mean, I use it many times in this life. We're on stage. We really are. You're out there doing your bit. Well, yeah, we're literally on stage now, but when you get up, you put up All the World is a Stage, right? Yeah, it's Rush. Great song. But you're out there. You put on whatever your face is that day, right? Business face, grandpa face, right? And you're out there on stage. And you're performing to the way, at least today, I think a lot more people are performing to the way they think society wants them to perform, not the way they want to.
It's been like that for a long time, though. That isn't something new to this culture. That's been
It's not, but I feel it's exacerbated.
Social media has exasperated. Big word, thanks, Scott. It's multiplied it. It's exponentially grown. Whatever you want to say, it has been blown out of proportion a little bit. And sometimes we need to stop. If you don't want to worry about what people think of you, then don't put your picture out there in a skimpy swimming suit. Right? Oh, dude, do I look fat? Yeah.
If you're wearing a skimpy swimming suit, then I need to see that one, right?
Does this tie make my face look fat? Make me look fat? No, your face does.
But I mean, the thing is, when we were kids, though, like he was saying, though, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I didn't give a shit. Now, I find myself being pulled in that direction more times a day than I care to admit. Why? My
Yeah.
brain hasn't. I mean, my brain has changed, but why? What has changed? Why that? Because I feel I have a pretty good life. I've got a pretty good handle on things,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just dead set and determined when I get to a goal that I will just fail a million times till I hit it. But more so often than not, I'm in the back going, what are people gonna? How am I viewed?
Right.
Where did that come from? I don't know. I really don't, and it drives me nuts because that's not me. My whole life, I really
Well,
have
I
never
think
given a
that's why most
shit.
people give up on
Yeah,
the
but-
resolution or goal.
Well, yeah, or they don't want it enough.
No,
Yeah,
I
go
think there's so much in society now where when people mess up, the world wants to take everything away from you and just totally destroy you.
Yeah.
So now you do kind of have this mindset that I have to be perfect because one little misstep, it's over. And that's just, that's something that we have to learn how to work with through society and like teach people to give each other grace. But first it starts with giving yourself grace.
Right.
So, it's a tough situation to be in. Like I said, I have that too, like all the time thinking like, man, what are they going to think if I don't, I was working on this stuff all these years ago and I'm nowhere near where I was supposed to be.
Think
So
about it.
maybe I should just sit on my hands and just sit back because now they're not thinking about me.
Right.
And how much
And
energy
that's
does
just-
that it take away from us, right? Not even realizing that your subconscious is spinning
Yes.
out of control, just sucking all this energy out of you. So you can't achieve that goal quicker or in the time frame that you thought was
Right.
originally the West one. So what do a lot of people do? They give up. And then I attribute that to they really must not have wanted it bad enough, or they weren't taught that, if you want it, you got to grind it, right? And you're going to fail a million times. Ask any professional athlete.
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 We have just
You know what I-
created a new profession.
That's
folks.
right. But how much time they
Oh, no,
spend
it's not
perfecting how much time they spend perfecting a craft and
Yeah.
how many mistakes they've made.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What was it? Lizzo who said, and she's a
I know who
pop
Lizzo
singer,
is, right? Yep.
who said, I became an overnight success after 10 years.
Right,
You know?
right.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes
The
into
perception.
but we see, all of a sudden it's like sleight of hand. Oh, boom, now she's famous,
Right.
or take Jelly Roll for instance,
Right.
thanks for listening, Jelly Roll. Appreciate you
Right.
Tuning in
Yeah.
to
All guys
with
in
a
a
microphone.
microphone.
So he people say he sold out. Now he's making some of the best music out there, connecting with so many people.
Who's holding me sold out though? Who are the people saying? And this is what I gotta
Probably
say.
probably the homies in jail.
The people, right? The people that,
People that didn't
or the
make it.
people that just did not keep up with the grind
Right.
to hit their goal. They gave
Right.
up. So jealousy is a bitch,
Well,
Yeah.
right? And drives so much of society's negative bullshit, right? I commend him for doing what he did. I mean, that guy owns his shit,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
didn't let the record companies take it. His whole body's covered in tattoos, so he ain't had an easy road,
Right.
right?
Right.
He has not had an easy
You
road.
got a guy who's got tattoos on his eyelids.
Well, have you heard of his lifestyle?
Oh, yeah.
Right? That guy, he didn't give up. Of anybody, in my opinion, that should give up, somebody like that. Like your whole life is just. I haven't heard any positive until he met his
Bunny.
wife is, Bunny, right? Who happens to be a stripper, right? Probably a great thing, right? Because they have the same stuff in common, right? Good for them.
I don't think he was a stripper. I'm just guessing.
I don't know. He might have been. I mean, I heard some pretty crazy stuff happening, but
He's
you know,
in front of
he
you.
was relentless though. And that's
Right.
the thing with goals and New Year's resolutions. You have to be relentless.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
really, truly want it.
Well, that's what it's got to come down
Right.
to.
And that's the thing.
I'd like to lose 20 pounds. I'd like to have a Porsche. I'd like to, well, if it comes down to when you really want it, you're going to figure out how to get it.
Yeah.
Right. When it gets
Yeah.
down to the fecal matter hitting the
Where's Les
oscillating
Brown said, when
blades,
you want something bad enough to go out.
you'll figure it out.
Work
And
day
then you
night
need to
for it.
figure out
Yeah.
how to get that in your belly, right? And if you really want it, because if you really want something, you'll get it. Can't be like, Kent said, at what age, I forget what your comment was about achieving your dreams, right?
Yeah.
I achieved mine at 58, right? Is that
So
a bad thing?
Story from a few years ago. Kent has always been very specific on his goals. And one of his goals was to have a camper.
Written down.
So he got a camper. It was a broken down piece of crap that I don't think you ever slept in, did you?
No.
No. But he had,
Those building messes
So-
up.
he had a camper.
Hey.
Right? Check. Right. And sometimes, we the easy button, we
Yeah.
hit the easy button. Well, that was a whole different story.
No, but that was true, right? It's
Right.
actually a
But
goal that
you
came
made the goal. You didn't say your goal is to have a beautiful camper. You just wanted a
Right.
camper,
I mean,
right? So it was a very, very
But
generic goal.
I tell people all the time, I go, you have to be very specific with what you ask for,
Yes.
especially when you're talking to God. I mean, when I was 16, I probably thought I was a stud or something like that. And I was like, probably said to him once, all right, Lord, I want to be surrounded by beautiful women the rest of my life. And, I got 3 daughters. I coach women's basketball.
You got what you asked for.
I got exactly.
You weren't very specific.
I was not very specific. Right? God,
Alice, if you're hearing this,
God,
he's just
God,
bullshitting right
God,
Oh, no, he's not.
God was sitting back there going, I got you.
now. Yeah.
I got you, KJ. Here we go. And so I tell people, I'm like, don't throw it out there. You got to be very, 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 very specific on what you want, which is what it is. How much time we got, Tom? Where are we at?
It definitely helps pinpoint if you have a very specific.
33 more minutes.
33 minutes.
Oh,
Coach
yeah,
actually hit on a good word. What is the word that you used about people?
Splendiferous.
No,
Splendif-
right before it. No, you said they wanted it easy.
Well, easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Every-
And that's
everybody
our
wants
culture has come to that, don't you think?
Right. It's,
I mean, take a pill for this, take a pill. Oh, I've got diabetes or whatever. And I'm not knocking anybody. Please don't misunderstand me. But there's so many people, like all these people on like these, what is it, GL1s or whatever, right? Or that have their stomach stapled or taken out or whatever. They have to do, after these surgeries and all this stuff, what they should have done before they went through this radical deal because they wanted it easy. Well, now, where did they put themselves? They're having to do exactly what they didn't want to do before, but now they're forced to do it because they did not commit to what they really wanted, right? They took what they thought was an easy way out. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, the easy way out is never the easy way out, right?
Right.
There's always some hitch
There's always
and
a catch.
consequence at the end of it.
Yep.
It's the easy way out for a reason.
the King Solomon, the wisest man of all ages, called his wise men together and says, go out to the 4 corners of the kingdom, bring me all the wisdom. And they took about a year. They came back with 20 volumes, each volume that thick. And he said, that's too much, condense it. The head wise man was a little miffed, but he went and he took 6 months. He got it down to a single volume. And then Solomon looked at it and says, too much, condense it. Got it down to a chapter, a page, and he kept saying too much. And finally scribbled something on the back of a piece of paper. He handed it to King Solomon. Solomon looked at it and he said, now there truly is the wisdom of all ages. And it simply said, there ain't no free lunch. Everything has a cost.
Yeah.
Every single thing in
Success has a
life.
cost.
Those beautiful
Failure
women,
has a
those
cost.
daughters, they had a cost. Those are the big cost. Getting to the point of being the head basketball coach at McHenry County, it had a cost to it. And it still does. Every day you're making a payment.
But and every day he makes that choice to continue to sacrifice, if you can use that word, right? Because of that.
Yeah.
Right. And that's important because every day you have that choice to move on or move back. Go ahead, buddy.
Yep. Nope. We just want to give a shout out to Tom's Productions, recordedly live.
We're live.
Yeah, here at Tom's
January
Productions Studio, 216 Creators partner, tomsproductions.com. If you think it, he'll link it for all your printing and decorate apparel needs. If you've got an idea and you want it on a shirt, a hat, a pen, Tom can put it there for you.
Warhead?
So check them out at tomsproductions.com and our good friends over at carsauto.com, CARSS auto.com. Get your oil changed, anything you need to tune up, tune down, whatever you're doing to your car, they can do it for you. And they'll come pick up your car, drive it back to their shop, work on it, and deliver it back to you. So it doesn't interrupt your day. So get with Chris and his team over there at carsauto.com. So you may be surprised at this, but we've got 7 simple steps
7
to get back onto your resolution
get back
or
on
your
track
goal,
for your
whatever
goal.
you want to call it. So step number 1, drop the guilt, keep the goal. All right. So what do we mean by that?
Explain it to me, Lucy.
So stopping doesn't mean failing. right? So when you stop going after that resolution or that goal, it doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you're human. Simple as that. Guilt kills momentum.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God, I feel guilty now. I should be going to the gym. I feel guilty. I should be. We talked about it on the last show, quit shooting on everything, right? And then you feel guilty, and guilty kills momentum. And your guilt then keeps you out of or away from working on that goal.
Yep.
Well, it drags you down. Guilt's like an
Yeah.
anchor.
Yeah.
Right. Goal's like a balloon.
Yeah.
So the balloon lifts you, the anchor pulls you down.
Yeah, so you got to have grace. Got to have grace when you mess up or you take a day off. Have grace. Don't beat yourself up, because when you beat yourself up, then you end up taking the next day off because
Where'd you get those bruises?
yeah.
I don't know so much guilt though. It's accountability, right? For me, I mean, do you feel guilty when you don't do it? If you give up completely, yes,
Yeah.
right. But if you just falter, right, it's okay. But I hear what you're saying. When some people feel guilty, I didn't go to the gym today. Well, I'm not going to go tomorrow because I ruined it. And that's the thing when people don't look at like
Well,
the
yeah,
big
but
picture.
if you've got an accountability partner, and I'm saying, hey, Demond, I missed you at the gym today. Oh, I feel guilty about that. And I did tell him I was going to be there, and I made a few excuses. So now I start feeling guilty, right? And guilt kills that momentum. So, shit, I'm just going to stay in bed today, or whatever the case may be. And I think that's one of the big things. But that first one is, if you drop the guilt and keep the goal, or the resolution, then it's easier to jump back on it, right?
Yes.
And understand the difference.
When you feel guilty of something, you think that stops you from wanting to do it, right? Like if
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, because like
on a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal level, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when I feel guilty, right, I do feel bad, but a lot of times if I reframe it, right, and this is important because it's not what happened to us, it's how we react to it or how we perceive things, right? So reframing it and going, okay, yeah, I'm guilty, I did that. All right, well, do I really want this to push me even harder?
Right on, brother. So identifying the real breakdown. Right, is step number 2. And you have to identify what really was breakdown. Was I too ambitious? Did I really think I was going to lose 140 pounds by February 1st? Right. Is it just bad timing? Things in life happen, right? Hey, we said January 1, and this year I'm going to, but maybe you lost your job. Maybe you had a baby. You know what I mean? Maybe the timing just wasn't right. And to Scott's point, just no accountability, right? Fixing the cause, not just restarting the habit, right, is the key to long-term success. You've worked with people, coached people through that piece, right? Fixing the cause, right? Tell us about that. How do you fix the cause and not just restart the habit?
Well, you just have to go back and retrace your steps. Figure out where the mishap happened. What was your thinking during that process? And then how do you reframe it?
Yeah.
And so it's all about reframing. You got to reframe how you're looking at things, how you're attacking your goals.
That's what Scott said he does.
And
he reframes it.
So so that's what it is. It's taking a look at your mentality, taking a look at your mental process.
Yeah, I mean, let's use the two biggest resolutions, right? Is lose weight and get into the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Or make more money.
Right. Or make more money.
But lose weight, I think, is probably the number one.
So all of a sudden now I'm not on the diet anymore. Right. But what's the cause of that? Well, maybe it's the way that I shop. I'm still in the Little Debbie's aisle. Right. Little Debbie,
right.
You go ahead and throw that check. Right.
Or like you said before, what's the goal too big? What are your expectations out of control? Like,
or were they too vague?
Yes.
Right. And that's, you talk about the reframing thing, right? Reframing is huge.
Yeah.
Right. They have that in psychology, I'm sure your daughter, you shared this, called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's reframing shit. It's looking at it realistically. Right. And trying to really understand it, not beating the shit. I missed the gym today. Okay. I missed the gym today. That really sucks. Why did I miss the gym? right? And not being so hard on yourself. And that's where I feel, I mean, I'm guilty as hell, right? Where I'll just come down on myself over something so stupid, right? Until I can sit back and go, wait a minute, why are you doing this to yourself? This is, and I'm going to say this, you know, it really doesn't matter, but I want it. So why not do it? Right? Like reframe, step back, start over.
Well, yeah. And a lot of people jump into a diet or something like that, and you don't understand what you're addicted to. Right.
That's where I was going when you, but that's why all 12-step programs are one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you mess up today, you start again tomorrow.
Yep.
And so many people feel that, well, I messed up today. I'm just a drunk. I'm just going to keep drinking. Right now, you messed up today. It's just today. Start over tomorrow. I was in a meeting a number of years ago, and a fellow stood up, and everybody's going around and say how long they've been in that program. And this guy Jesse stands up and he goes, "I've been in the program, around the program, 25 years, but who got up before 6 o'clock this morning?" Said I did. He looked me right in the eye and he said, "Then you've been in the program longer than me, because it's one day at a time." It doesn't matter. 25 years doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you
It's
do
just right now.
Yeah.
when you wake up this morning. Are you going to put the right foot out and go do the next right thing?
And I think this is identifying the breakdown for people is a lot harder than it sounds, right? You can say, identify the breakdown, Kent. What the hell is wrong with you? Not that easy,
Nope.
right? Because, and here's one of the big things: you fucked up, right? Are you going to really go to him and be like, "Oh, did I really mess this up?" and talk to him about it? You know what I mean? And try to help him through it. Chances are you're not.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to round it round in your head like crazy, going, "Oh, if I tell him, he's going to think I'm crazy and tell me I'm lazy and this." You know what I mean? You start spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the disconnect comes with everybody. I don't care. I'll generalize the shit out of that one.
Yeah.
But this is nowhere near as easy as people think.
No, it's
Right.
tough.
But if you can reframe it every day and
Right.
keep rehashing it, you will get to whatever that goal
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I mean, is it, maybe you're addicted to sugar, processed sugar is worse than cocaine to be addicted to. And
It is cocaine. It just doesn't get you high.
and it's harder to break,
Yeah.
I mean, so there's a lot of things that you're not educated on. That's why back in the day we had the reboot, right?
Right.
Recognize,
Educate.
right? Bing bang, right? And that's what you have to do. Believe, and away you go. So step 3, as we keep rolling along, shrink the resolution or the goal. Right now, what do I mean by that? I want to have a strict diet. Right, we were talking about losing weight. Want to have a strict diet? Well, instead of a strict diet, maybe just one better meal choice today, or one better choice per meal, or something. Right? Let me make a better choice. Daily journaling. Well, maybe I shrink that back to just 3 bullet points for the day.
Yeah.
Right. Going to the gym 5 days a week. Well, maybe I start with 2 days a week. Right.
Yeah.
And get some wins. Right. So but shrinking the resolution of the goal then allows me to get those wins, which gains momentum.
Making it more manageable.
Making it
Right.
more
And you've,
manageable.
as a coach, you've said that to your girls, right? And which I think is hilarious, and especially the generational breakdown, right? Like, how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah.
Like, what? You can't.
Don't eat an elephant.
But you can,
Elephant.
one bite at a time. And that's where if you shrink your resolution and your goal down, you're not going to necessarily shrink where you want to get to. I think it's going to shrink the steps.
Yes.
Right. If you want to, let's just say you want to get, in better shape. All right. Realizing the goal is to get in better shape, but you have to understand the steps inside of it.
Yeah.
You just said it, right? Going to the gym 5 days a week when you don't go at all, it's unrealistic.
Right.
They actually
Right.
have
And you
to
set
walk
yourself
in.
up for failure.
Yeah.
Right. Even if so I was just going to say, here's a win. Even if you just walk into that gym and then walk right back out, at least you made it to the gym. It's a step forward.
Right.
It's not necessarily a great step, but it's a small step.
Yeah.
And all great things have happened by little steps. Always little steps.
He's jumping slides. He's jumping slides.
I didn't even see this slideshow. Jesus, I'm teaching the wrong class.
Set a minimum standard. To your point is, if you can't do a full workout, did you get to the gym for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Right. What you do is create a non-negotiable baseline. Right. That's what a lot of people have trouble doing, is setting that non-negotiable baseline that you can do even on bad days, or if you're on the road, or if I'm on vacation, or whatever the case may be, right? And that consistency beats intensity, if that makes sense.
Sure does.
100%.
But if it was easy,
Everybody would be
we wouldn't be talking about how you get back up on and
Right.
going, right? So what are some of the easiest ways to create that minimum standard?
Not looking for easy. No, I'm kidding. Well, take a look at what is the ultimate goal, and the minimum standard really becomes a stepping stone towards that goal. So if it's 50 pounds, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, then the minimum standard for this month is 5.
Yeah.
Right. If you lose 5 pounds a month, you're going to lose 60 by the end of the year. Right. That gives you a little leeway to play with in June and July when you're partying. But you set a minimum standard, break the goal down into little bitty pieces.
So we'll go back to not popping a wheelie, but riding no-handed on your bicycle.
Oh yeah.
You cruising along, you're like, right?
Yeah.
Then it's just a little bit longer. Then it's just a little bit longer, right? It's that minimum standard. I'm gonna just let go and see what happens, see how far I can get.
Testing the waters each and every time
Every time, right?
as you increase your skill set.
Right. And you're like, okay, I went from here to here. Let me see if I can get it better. Now, here to here to here, and that's what setting a minimum standard is doing, is I let go of the handlebars. There we go. I let go a little bit longer next time, a little bit longer, until I can ride that city block without having my hands on the handlebars.
Yeah.
And so I think the 10 speeds with the ram horn handlebars, they were always easiest to go no-handed on.
Schwinn Caliente, remember that?
Oh yeah, varsity,
The varsity
yeah.
and the Caliente. Yeah.
Those were big, heavy bikes.
They were best back then, though. That was the shit.
Lifetime frame. Lifetime
And
frame.
you know why? Because it was solid tube steel.
That's right. That's right. All right. So we set the minimum standard. We're moving along.
Yes. Thank you for putting that up there.
Yeah, go for it.
Well,
Schedule it like an appointment.
Like an appointment, because you and I've talked about this years. If it doesn't get in the calendar,
Oh, I don't.
how many appointments have we missed just between each other? And I'll take the biggest hit on that, because I'll be driving, talking. Let's make next Tuesday. All right. As soon as I stop, I'll put that in my calendar. Oh, another phone call. Oh,
That's why I tell everyone to text it to me. Otherwise, I forget the second I hang up.
So that's if you set it as a recurring appointment, just put it in there, and it shows
Yeah.
up every day.
Motivation fades. Structure doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Structure or routine.
Right.
That's a big thing, and that's a hard thing for people to break or to start.
Yeah.
That is it.
But
right?
here-
Every day you can start
Yeah.
make or break that routine.
But here's what I had to learn in 2025 is if you don't intend to keep the appointment, don't put it on your calendar. Right? Because I flooded my calendar. You get people like, hey, time block. I know. Anyway, and then I had a good friend of mine, and she was like, well, let me take a look at your calendar. And she's like, she got gym time here from 5 to 6. Is that a non-negotiable? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 5 to 6. You go every time. I go, yeah. She goes, what about Thanksgiving? Well, no, I'll be out of town. She could take it off her calendar. Because what you mentally tell yourself, if it's on there and you don't go, it's okay to miss.
Uh-huh.
And if you do it once and it didn't hurt, then when it's not Thanksgiving, the next Monday, you're gonna be like, it didn't hurt. So if you don't intend to keep that structure, do not put it on your calendar.
See, I look at that though as an extenuating circumstance. That's the right word I'm thinking of. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that, right? You can still make that up, right? It happened that fall on that day or fell on that day, right? And that's where a lot of people can mind screw themselves. And I didn't use that word because it was a really easy one to use.
It was there for Paul.
I was thinking that, but you get what I'm saying?
No, you can't. Because if you're going to do it later in the day, you move it to later in the day. But if I ain't getting up at 5 because the gym's not open at 5.
Right. But I mean, for me, if I don't go to work out on Thanksgiving, granted, right?
Don't put it on your calendar that you're going to.
I get it. Okay. I see not putting it on there, but I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right. But what you're saying is kind of like, I was also going to throw that back to where it's going to put guilt into you because you saw it on your calendar and you didn't do it. So it's going to subconsciously mind fuck you.
Right.
Yes.
I got
There
it
it is.
But that's right. And guilt kills momentum because the next time you're like, I skipped it.
That's okay. I can miss one and still do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So don't put it on there. If the gym ain't open at 5, because what I do is I go in, I put a series, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 to 6. No end.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. So it's in there, right? Boom, no end. But if I ain't going or something, if I got to be someplace that week, I got to go in and take that day out.
Yeah.
Right. Because I can't do it.
So for me, I look at it differently. If it's something that I do every day, like working out 5 to 6, I don't put that in my calendar because I know I'm automatic. That's routine. That is muscle memory every day. It's the different appointments that I keep with people that I have to schedule because I'll forget them.
Mhm.
Right. Those are the things for me. I don't. I don't schedule those things. I know what you're saying, and it does take diligence to do that. And I'm not saying don't do it, people. For sure, I'm not saying don't do it.
No, this
I'm just
is
saying for
irrelevant.
me, it's a little right, but it's a little bit different for everybody, right? But the gist of it is making sure that that becomes a priority.
I really like what he's saying here because I use Calendly.
Mhm.
I give a link. People can go schedule things in my calendar. And if I don't have that in my calendar, it allows people to schedule over what my time. So I get what you're saying that you build it in, but with the electronics and the things that we use today, we've got. I'm terrible at building travel time into my appointments.
Me too.
So they will see an open time
Yep.
at 10 o'clock, but I'm at a meeting in Libertyville till 10
Were you
o'clock.
Or I'm in the road, or I'm on the
Were you
road.
always bad with scheduling in
No.
travel time?
No.
Right. So with the invention of technology, you got worse
Well, it just wasn't something I thought of.
Right.
because
So I
you
have
had something to
I
do.
have
You had something to do
No,
it for you.
I'm bad with that too.
Right. But you had something to do it for you. So you lost that
We're
skill.
talking over here.
Right. I don't care. You lost that skill. Right.
No, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's so it wasn't a priority to you anymore to remember these things because you let something take that task away from you.
But I'll tell you what it is for me. It didn't feel right putting time that I wasn't meeting. So this I'm meeting with Damon from 10 to 11. I'm not meeting with Damon from 9:30 to 11. I'm meeting with them from 10 to 11. If I put 9:30 in there, then it would screw me up.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's
I-
travel time.
And then you think you got to be there at 9:30.
right, and then I just glance at it. I'm there at 9:30. I'm like, Damon, where are you? It's 10 o'clock, dude. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I built in travel time, and so it's just been going back and forth with it, trying to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Maybe just put in.
And you don't need to fix it.
Busy is a good way.
Just put in busy. So,
Busy.
So you don't trick yourself into thinking you're with somebody, but people can't schedule.
Or just put travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just put travel time.
That too.
I was going to say if you have to make notation
Yeah.
to remind you of that, that's important. But remember, this is your biggest asset. Train it properly for the things that matter.
Train your brain. That is such a concept.
No, I didn't say train your brain. I said
That's it.
You alluded to it.
I'm not. Yeah,
Step number
you ain't
6.
paying me.
Step number 6 is add one layer of accountability.
That's my redhead.
Right? Tell one person, track it visibly. And here's the best. I don't care who you are. Use an app that gives you a string.
A what?
A string.
String around the finger.
No. Like this is your 108th day of visiting.
Oh.
Right?
Mm.
Right. So
So
I've
you
got a
can
couple
see
of
it.
apps. I've got a couple of apps that when I go into, it tells me your 85th day, your 100th day.
And Strava does that. I see
Right.
what you're saying.
And because once you see that you've been doing and you've created the habit, you've been doing something for all those days, then it's hard to let it go.
Yeah.
It's hard to let it go. I've got an app. It's a Bible app, and every day you go in, it tracks you, right? And I've gotten up to 3, 4, 5 months, and then life got busy. I didn't go into it one day. The next day I go in, I'm like, oh man,
Day number 1.
I was at 98.
You lost your string, huh?
You lost your strength.
So does that
Right.
kill your momentum?
No. It makes me stop and go, what happened yesterday morning that I didn't start the day with that?
Yeah.
Right. Where was my brain?
So
at?
do you think having that thread app actually helps you to continue moving because you hit the 94th day, you hit the 95th
Yeah, absolutely.
day? You don't remember
That's
that.
a win.
You don't remember that in the back of your head that you're knowing that you every day. So for me, I granted I'm not a technology guy. So for me, I know every day that I get up, I'm hitting it. I'm consistently doing.
Why do professional sports when they win championships get a trophy? They knew
Because
they
they hit it
they
every
knew they
day.
won. They knew they won the championship. So every time they look at that, right, it's a visible reminder. It's using another sense, right, and it's a visible reminder to other people if you bump into it
As
as
a
well.
reminder to other people, yeah.
Right.
But for yourself, if you're really dedicated to that goal,
Yeah, but again, why do pro sports get a trophy?
Right. Well, I get that
That's
ring.
the reward.
Why get that
well,
ring?
that's the reward for grinding nonstop.
But
and
they
being
know
the
they
best
did
they
it.
can.
But they
be.
know they did it.
But they don't need a ring or trophy to prove that to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
But
just to show to other
but they-
people.
They get it, right?
Right.
And that's motivation. The
Right.
visibility is motivation. That you can see that, and who do you never want to let down?
Yourself.
Right.
And that's, and I kind of jumped on that
Yeah.
a little bit, but the accountability is absolutely huge. Whether you're being accountable, you can be accountable to yourself, but that's where earlier where I asked you, would you go tell Kevin? Not, that's kind of being accountable for yourself by asking somebody else for help, right? Because you can't do it or you're failing at it right now.
Yeah.
So keeping yourself accountable, going, dude, I'm failing. Let me tell you why, or let me tell you what's happening. And he'll be like, I don't know what to tell you. But that is important. Accountable for yourself or have something else telling you what you are on doing, because that right there, right, when you have somebody else that's keeping an eye on you, that's a lot harder to walk away from.
Listen, I last year started, Alice and I started Main Street Mindset. I've got a good mentor in that business that helps me. And she's, she's 38 years old. And she's a go-getter, right? I mean, success. I love her. But, she was like, hey, and I looked at her and I go, don't expect me to ever do that. So I'm too damn busy to sit there and send out 105 emails a week. I go, I got a family. I've got the station. I've got the basketball team, and I said, so I'm running crazy. I ain't got enough time. If you want to hire somebody to send out 110 emails for me, rock it out, sister. But do you think I'm going to do that? I ain't got time to do that. That's not how I play, right? And the look on her face was like, nobody's ever told me that, I'm like, well, look, I'm a 1099, right? I own this business. That's not how I'm gonna run my business, right? I love her, but you know what? She's not trying to hold me accountable to something I'm unwilling to do.
Well, that might have been what worked for her. What works for you, and that's that's where you're holding yourself accountable. Going, that's what worked for them, but I know what works for me because I know Kent Jones. I don't know whatever Tony or Tina or whatever. You know what I mean? And you see something that you may perceive as success.
Well,
you don't know. It could be just a complete blind veil.
Well, Devon, I'm sure you experience this in your coaching, but each person is a unique individual, and this packet doesn't work for this one, or it doesn't work. Right? You got to get to know that person. Each athlete is unique. What gets this athlete to perform does not affect that athlete at all.
Yeah, yelling at one motivates them. Yelling at the other one just sends them off.
Yeah. Fight, flight, or freeze.
Yell at me more, coach.
Yeah, that's what my daughter always says. I wish you'd just yell. And the number seven is right here. Recommit for 14 days only. Right? Prove yourself and get those little wins. Get a string going, right? And for 14 days. Don't think it's for the rest of the year. Again, it might be too big, right? Too big. Just commit to 2 weeks, reassess and renew. We talk about that all the time, right? Test, recognize, educate, believe, right? We go right back through the reboot system all the time until you have built in short winnable cycles, Let me get here. Let me get.
Right.
Let me get
The importance of this is it's more manageable for people. They can wrap their head around 2 weeks.
Yes.
Well,
Wrapping the head around the rest of their life, right? Or even a year.
Or even a year.
It's really hard. I can't do that.
Right.
You know who I am.
Yeah.
I can't wrap it.
Right.
Right. I do my stuff is in, it's not 14 days, but for me, it's like 30-day reboots all the time.
Yeah.
You know, some days it's every day reboot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing. I mean, giving yourself something that if putting that whole out there saying, I'm going to do it this year, putting it in 14 days, guys, you need to simplify it. You need to make it not such a big monster. Right. And understand that it is the stupidest, easiest thing to do. I don't care what you're doing. Somebody's done it. You can do it.
That's it.
If you set your mind to it, you can do it, and start over every day if you have to. Just do it. If you really want it, do
I
it.
thought we weren't going to talk about Nike.
Well, that's my slogan, buddy. I'm telling you, they stole that shit from me. That's the only reason I've ever made anything of myself.
When I was training for marathons, it wasn't about running the 26 miles.
You worked at Marathon?
It was about running. And if you'd like to send the money,
Yeah.
Chocolate and caramel.
Yeah.
Sorry, coach.
no, I posted one time. My personal trainer's a liar. He told me if I did crunches and push-ups, I'd be in great shape. And I posted a picture of a Nestle's crunch and one of those orange push-ups. 'Cause I do 50 of each every day, and I get anyway. But it's just running to the next telephone pole, right? The finish line will show up if you just run to the next telephone pole.
Yeah.
And sometimes in life, you know, we're looking at the end goal all the time and go, I ain't got to do that. Should I gain 2 more pounds today? How can I lose 50 if I gain 2?
Yeah.
Well, just run to the next telephone pole.
Well, and that kind of runs along the same line as you can't see the forest through the trees, right? If it's too far out, right, you can't see right in front of you, right?
Yeah.
You need to get something manageable, and I think that's really what it comes down to, because everybody's different. You need to figure out what works for you and what's manageable for you if you've got a super busy life, right? Like you're talking about. What can you manage?
So as we're wrapping up this episode, last thoughts on how to continue or to keep pushing forward on your resolution or your goal here in 2026.
The first thing is just keep taking that first step. You know, each journey begins with a single step, but if you treat each day like a first step on the journey, what happened yesterday is over. This is a new journey and it starts today. Take the first step on your journey every day.
Yeah, I think like we've been saying all day, it's just recommit every day. Recommit to whatever those goals and dreams are. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Don't try to figure out how you're going to conquer the whole year, how you're going to eat the elephant.
Right.
You know, just take it day by day, step by step.
A really big chicken.
You know, for me, honestly, it's reassess. Why do you have this goal? Why do you have this goal? Why did you fail? If you're failing, do you really want the goal? Right? And not, are you just spitting gibberish because people are saying you need to lose weight, or that's what everyone's doing? Right? Are you just joining the bandwagon? Right? I'm not about that, right? Recommit, you know, reassess every day. Like you said, start over every day. Every day is a reassessment. Why did I set this goal? Is it something I really want? Because if you truly, truly, truly want something, you'll make it happen.
That's right.
Right. But if you're just doing it because you think society, or that's what your wife wants you to do, or your husband, or, you know, your mom, your dad, whoever, it'll never work.
Your gay Uncle Fred.
Right. It has to be. Listen, if it's not in here,
Uncle Fred.
if it's not in here, and you don't have that burning desire, and it's not going to work. You have to want it.
So our good friend Robert Clark from Two Gregarious Guys, you know, he said something on one of their shows last year, and he says, "Success can't be bought. Success is rented, and rent comes due every day."
Nice.
Great comment. I can't wait to call him up.
And that is a great comment. The next thing is shift your mindset and shift it from start over to continue wiser than before. Right? There's games that we've had where skip a turn or go directly to jail without passing go to collect your $200. And it never really got us down. Right? So take a look at maybe this hiccup that you have as you lost a turn. And now it's your turn again. Right? And you're not starting over. You're just continuing on that board game, or game board rather, right? Wiser than you did. the first time.
Yeah, and I love what you say there about the game board, because I say that all the time,
Yeah.
that life is just a game. Learn the rules, learn how to play by the rules, and learn how to bend them in your favor, right? And that's the way the whole world plays, whether people want to like it or not.
Yeah.
Not knocking religion, any of that, but life is really a game. It's understanding the rules, learning to play by them, and help pushing and bending towards your needs, I guess, or your wants, right? Without hurting others, right? And just keep moving,
That's it.
because the only person who's going to do it is you, not your wife, not your mom, not your dad. Well, some people's people, but and that's actually worse. Think about that one. You give your whole life.
It's a whole nother show right there.
Right. And we can hit that one. That's why I'm kind of hitting on that one. But, I appreciate this. This conversation is great because it hits at that time when it's really pertinent, especially in the way the world is now, right? People don't give up. We give up and you let it out. Everybody else wins.
So it's been a couple weeks. You may still be on track on your goal. You may be off track a little bit. Whatever. Don't just get up tomorrow morning and continue a little bit wiser than you were today. Well done.
Bravo's here, 216 Creator Studios, Tom's Production Studios, and Chris over at carsauto.com. Thanks. Hey, if you have enjoyed this episode, share it with one friend. Like, subscribe, share. Also, throw your thoughts on how you can continue on your journey in the comments, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Because we are two bald guys
and a
and
microphone.
Yeah, microphone is
Microphone.
or microphone. This is Tim Stewart. I am Coach Papa, and I do approve this message. God bless. Travel safe. Make this your best day yet. Now get off the bench and get back in the game.